Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review of episode 893 of One Piece. Originally I did do a live reaction of this episode, but the audio for the recording got really jumbled up. Like, I don't know what's going on. I was using a different format to record to see if it was going to be better quality, but I made a mistake there. Yeah, the video quality was better, but something happened where the audio is quicker, or I don't know what happened. Something's wrong with the syncing of the audio. Like, I will try to sync up my face and my expressions and my motions to one certain section of the audio, but then the rest of the audio will not link up with the video. So something's wrong with the speed, I guess you could say, of the recording. Like, one is slower than the other, so like no matter, even if I sync up one section to perfectly, the rest of it isn't going to sync up perfectly. So that recording is pretty much lost, and I apologize, but that's why I'm going to do a review of the episode so far. Now I did kind of write down little, I don't have a script, to be honest. I never have scripts for any of these videos, but I kind of like wrote down like important details that did happen during the episode. For example, the episode started off with, I believe, Luffy at the beach again, and he watches what he called a dog. I think, what was it in the subtitles? The subtitles messed it up. I heard Shiki, which means lion, but the subtitles said boar. Does Shiki also mean boar, maybe? I don't know, but I remember I got confused in the live reaction. I was like, wait, Shiki means lion if I remember correctly. But in the subtitles it said boar, but then later on you hear them call that creature a dog lion, so then I'm like, maybe I was right. Anyways, that wasn't really important. He witnesses the dog lion fight the baboon, which the baboon, if you remember in the previous episode, has a large katana, or a sword, I guess you could say. Now, while that's happening, he's trying to remember what happened, and it's kind of funny because then he has a flashback to how he got into this situation to begin with, because we actually didn't witness everything that happened when they first arrived to Wano. We still don't know what happened to the crew or any of that. So then Luffy has a little quick flashback, and like the audio during that was really freaking funny. I cannot lie, I cannot deny that. I really liked the octopus. Is just an iconic character. I love the octopus. Like, when we first met the octopus in the manga, I love that octopus. It was freaking hilarious. I love how you kind of fit in with like the crew, kind of. And like, they didn't notice that he was in the crew until like way later on, or on the ship until way later on. But anyways, so Sanji is like, alright, abandoned ship. So I'm gonna skywalk. Carrot. Why did I mess that up? It's Carrot and Nami that were in the ship. So he grabs onto Carrot and Nami, and then he's about to skywalk, and then Chopper's like, don't leave me, don't leave me. And then he's like, no. Sorry about that, guys. The dog saw someone walking down the street, so they decided to bark, so I apologize. At least they're letting me know that there's someone around the house. Anyways, going back to it, Chopper was grabbing on. He's like, don't leave me. And Sanji was like, no, you're on your own, bro. And he's like, nah, I'm joking. And then Brook joins in. He's like, oh, I love you all. And then he grabs everyone and hugs everyone. And then during that, I was like, Brook, can't you run in the water? And then everyone's like, oh, get your bones off of us, it feels so weird and everything, which is interesting. I've never actually seen that interaction with Brook touching them, and they're like, oh my god, your bones feel so weird. I've never seen that. I don't think that was ever shown previously. So I did like that. And then even Sanji mentioned it. He's like, can't you just run on the water? And Brook's like, no, I can't run on this current. Are you insane? So then Sanji picks up everyone, and then Luffy uses Gum Gum Balloon, so Sanji can bounce off of him, and then that will help him get some momentum up. Because, you know, carrying all those people, that must be heavy. I mean, Brook's kind of light because, you know, he's all bones. He's just bones, so he's pretty light, but everyone, just carrying everyone together, you know, that's pretty heavy. Now, after that moment, Luffy, you know, tries to, you know, join in with, I think, Gum Gum Rocket. He was about to use it, and then the octopus grabs Luffy, and then they somehow get into the water. I don't know how the octopus was still in the boat right after that, correct? I don't remember correctly. But Luffy ends up in the water, starts drowning. Next thing you know, he's on the beach. So then he's just like, I hate that octopus. So we got a little flashback letting us know what exactly happened with Luffy and how he ended up in this situation where the rest of the crew went and how they got separated. And then after that, I believe, is when we go back to Zoro, which was beautiful. That part was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. So Zoro continues fighting the samurai, and if I remember correctly, his katana breaks, and he's like, oh, what a whimsy sword. It wasn't even capable of withstanding all these men. So then he casts that away, and then he's using the seppuku blade, and he continues fighting a few of them, and then he's like, you know what? Forget this. So he throws that aside, goes back to his swords, picks them up, and then goes full on beast mode, like straight up beast mode, like not even joking, like the man really went beast mode. Like you could see the demonic aura, his eyes go, well, his eye, because he only has one eye, his eye goes red. It's just beautiful. And then he prepares, like he starts twirling around, you can see the tornado starting, and then eventually finishes it off, and it's just a beautiful just tornado, just picking up everyone, picking up all the samurais, just instantly just destroying them, and then that's how Zoro gets away. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I hope that I can maybe in editing kind of show like a little glimpse of that. That was beautiful. Like I really was. I love that scene. That scene was done so well. That wasn't in the manga at all. After that, you know, moment when Zoro cut that one guy, that's all we saw from Zoro for a while. So I'm glad that the anime is doing that. Now after that, we witnessed everyone's reaction to Zoro's bounty in Wano, which is funny. I loved a lot of those scenes. So with Frankie, he's still working as a carpenter, building that house, which I don't know why they're taking so long. If Frankie can build a bridge while walking on it, I don't know why it's taking so long to build that one house. Maybe he's building multiple houses and maybe that's a new house that he's working on, but still. He's taking his sweet time with it. I guess he's trying to fit in. Now, with him, you know, he's with his co-workers. His co-workers mentioned a three-sword style, a three-sword swordsman. Like, so one sword on his right arm, one sword on his left arm. Where does the third one go? And then Frankie picks up three, like, pieces of wood. He puts one in his mouth and grabs two. He's like this! And everyone just laughs. And that was beautiful. I love how Frankie demonstrated how Zoro fights. That was hilarious. And then his boss goes like, stop, you're wasting time, you gotta get to work, you lazy bums. Which I love that they're adding more to that boss. Because he was a character in the East Blue. He is a relative in the East Blue, so I love that. I really do. So, I don't know in what order it went. I think Robin went next. Where she's just walking with her, I guess her boss, the one old lady that's teaching her how to be a geisha. I can never pronounce that right. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But anyways, the one lady, they're walking down the street and they see Zoro's bounty and she's just like, oh! like that's her straight up reaction. She's like, oh! And then the lady goes like, wait, do you know this man? And she goes like, no, I'm just so worried for my life. That man's out there. and then she goes like, no, I don't even think she said that. I don't remember. She said something around those lines. I'm sorry, I really don't remember that well. But then after that, the lady goes like, don't worry about it. You know, if you don't know anyone, we're not involved in that situation, so let's keep going. And then after that was the Usopp scene, which I love, because Usopp goes like, ah, sha. And it's so iconic. He goes like, ah, sha. And then after that, he goes like, I knew Zoro would do something about that. And then one of the guards, well, not one of the guards, one of, like, I guess the police, the informants, or one of the samurais, I guess, sees him react like that, and he goes like, do you know that man? And then Usopp goes like, oh no, we got caught. So then after that, he plays a lie. He's like, I got 10 kids, I'm just worried for my kids' lives and all this stuff. And the guard starts crying. Like, he actually sheds a tear, and it's so beautiful, it's so perfect. He's like, I got 10 kids, I worked so hard. I love that Usopp did that. I freaking loved it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love that scene. Now after that, I believe we go back to this little girl, if I remember correctly, who's captured by Kaido's men, and we know they're Kaido's men because their outfits and all that stuff resemble to, you know, Kaido's men and stuff like that. Well, they could be also working for Lord Orochi, but I think they're more towards Kaido's men. Well, no, they all work together. They're all on the same side. It doesn't matter. But they captured this lady. We still don't know what this little girl. Why is she captured by them? Like, what does she do? I mean, yeah, we got a little glimpse of what she did, but she's more of an important character. That's all I have to say. I don't want to spoil too much, and I don't remember, you know, correctly everything that was mentioned in that episode, so I don't want to say too much. So, she's important. She got captured for a reason. I don't know if they mentioned it in the episode or not. I don't remember if they did. And she is... I don't remember if she escaped. No, she didn't escape. Something happened. Something happened. I forgot. I can't remember off the top of my mind. Either she escaped or like I guess they kind of ran into Luffy right after that. So after they run into Luffy, one of the Kaido's men shoots at Luffy, and Luffy just like he's scoping out at Luffy, and you can see the scope, and then Luffy's turn around, and then he turns back around, looks at the man, and he smiles, and then the man shoots, and he uses his new form of observation haki that he just recently learned by fighting Katakuri, and he dodges the bullet. I mean, yeah, you can. It's probably, you know, anyone with regular observation haki could probably do it, but you could kind of see in his eyes he's kind of predicting the future, and it's beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. Like that scene, I think that's one of the best animation. Like the way they use Luffy's like stretching. I've never seen Luffy's like the animation of his attacks that well done. Like the way he just like stretches and then like twirls it around, it looks so good. It really does. And he just whacks one of them, punches one of them, and then the other one he just whips them. It's beautiful. So then right after that, I guess the little girl, which her name is Otama, we did find out in this episode that her name is Otama. She escapes, I guess, after that. Now the Kaido's men, they asked the baboon to attack Luffy. Obviously, we all know animals have nothing on Luffy. When it comes to animals, Luffy got it down. So Luffy looks at the baboon and he goes like, "What you doing, man? What you doing?" And he just uses his haki, his conqueror's haki on him, and the baboon's just like, "What am I doing? This man's too strong for me. Yo, this man's aura." And he just bows down. He literally bends the knee to Luffy. And it's beautiful. And Kaido's men are like, "Whoa." And then I think right after that is when Luffy finishes off the final one, and that's when Otama gets freed off. But that scene was beautiful when you see the baboon just bend the knee to Luffy. You know, bend the knee to the Pirate King. It was beautiful. It really was. Now after that, I think Kaido's men, do they get away or are they just knocked out? I don't remember exactly what happens with them. But Otama has a conversation with Luffy. And if I remember correctly, she pulls out something. I guess it's some kind of food or something out of her cheek. And it's some form of power. I'm guessing it's a devil fruit power. I don't think in the manga we still don't know what the name of that devil fruit is. But she pulls something out of her cheek. And like she tries to feed it to the baboon. And at first the baboon's aggressive. And then she's like, "Oh no." And then after that, she throws the thing into the baboon's mouth, and that's how the baboon gets tamed. So, she's already on friendly terms. Before all of this, she's already on friendly terms with the dog-lion beast. And she actually named the beast and all that stuff. It has its own name. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll probably have it on the screen or something right here. Excuse me, guys. It's just, I can't remember. It's such a difficult name. I remember it's like K something, 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 something. I don't remember exactly. But it's something around those lines. It was a difficult name to remember. But I'm just going to call it the dog lion for now. So she already tamed that beast. Now she tamed the baboon. So apparently something to do with her, I guess, devil fruit. It could be just just some kind of power. I mean, this is Wano for all we know. She could be a yokai or something like that. Not really. I really doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's just a devil fruit. But she feeds it to the baboon gets tamed, and Luffy sees it, and Luffy's kind of, you know, somewhat impressed with this girl. You know, this girl's like, oh, I like you, and this and that, and she starts calling Luffy Big Bro, and Luffy's like, Big Bro? I'm not your Big Bro. Oh, I love that. I love that interaction. Luffy's like, I'm not your Big Bro. I'm not your Aniki. And then she's like, you're my Aniki. You're my big brother. Big Bro. I did like that, and I guess from there on, you know, they tag along, they kind of group up, and they decide to do the same things. Now I don't remember exactly how the episode ended perfectly, and it's been I watched it, I think yesterday. Yeah, I watched it yesterday, so I don't remember everything perfectly. So I apologize. But I think that was most of the episode, and I did enjoy. Oh, something I did find out. I almost entirely forgot to mention this. That in the opening, similar to how the previous opening had this. During the opening, you kind of see glimpses of the episode, which is really cool. It's almost like a short preview of, you know, what you're about to see in Wano. So it's really cool. Just something to get you hyped while you're watching the opening. And I like that. I like that they added that too. What's another thing that I wanted to mention? I know that next episode, it revolves around Ace and how he was in Wano. At least that's what it looks like. I don't want to spoil too much. In case, like, they might have, you know, missed some things, or they might have not mentioned everything. Now, this part of Wano, I don't remember. I know I mention this all the time, but I really don't remember much about, like, the beginning of Wano. More towards the later on parts, I do remember in the manga. But these parts, it's kind of foggy, because it's been quite some time. So I'm enjoying the live reactions. Hopefully the next live reaction that I do, nothing happens to the video, and the video is, you know, perfect quality, everything goes down perfectly, and there's no issues. I apologize that this video, this recording was kind of bad, and I had kind of scrapped it. I mean, I can still upload it, but it's not going to be good, trust me. Like, the words are going to be completely unsynced from the actual video, so it's just horrible. It was such a headache. I mean, the same thing happened to my JoJo recording, but I was actually able to save it, luckily. But this one is just, it's so jumbled up. From, like, the beginning of the video, it's just completely jumbled up. And ooh. Sorry, excuse me. And I'm completely sorry about that. Jeez. Oh yeah, now the other thing. Sorry, I'm so forgetful. I am going to stop reading One Piece. Originally, I was actually going to be like, yo, let me actually do some live reactions for, the One Piece manga. But I thought about it, and I'm like, if I do that, I'm going to spoil people. And I don't want to spoil people. I really don't. Like, that's one of the biggest things, because I mean, I'm okay when I get spoiled. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, if I get spoiled, I'm like, alright, fine. But I mean, like, it kind of ruins, sometimes with me, because I'm a live reactor, it kind of ruins my reactions sometimes if I'm going to do a live reaction on things. So I kind of hate it when it's like that, but not necessarily. Me personally, I don't care about spoilers. But I know there's a lot of people out there that just want to go in blind, and I appreciate that, and I respect that, and, you know, I don't want to spoil anyone. So, for that matter, I don't want to do live reactions of the manga, because if I do that, obviously either the thumbnail or the title of the episode is gonna be spoilers. And a lot of you are probably just anime viewers, so I don't want to. I mean, it kind of makes me sad, because that means I can't I can't read the manga anymore, because if I read the manga, then I'm going to be spoiled for the anime, and I want the anime kind of to be like a fresh experience too. So I guess, what was the title of the episode? I think the last chapter I read was Mommy, I think. Now, I only said the title because it's not really, it's pretty vague. It's pretty vague, so, like, I'm just gonna be, that's why I just mentioned it. But Yeah, I think that was the last chapter. I think the chapter right after that was the last chapter I read. Actually, let me word this correctly. So, not this week's chapter. This week's chapter I didn't read at all. The chapter before last week I did read. So that was the last chapter I read. I guess that's the best way of wording it, yeah. So I don't spoil events that happen or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop reading it just because I want my live reactions just to be more raw. And I think you guys would like that more as well. And I don't want to do live reactions as the manga because I don't want to spoil any of you. So that's the decision I've made. Originally I was going to do live reactions, but I don't want to spoil anyone. Anyways, with that, I guess I mentioned everything that I had to mention. I know this video is a little crazy and all over the place. I'm not really that good at writing scripts. I just wrote down, you know, the main topics of the episode. I didn't remember much. I thought I would remember more. I don't know. My memory's so foggy. I apologize. Maybe I have to rewatch the episode. Actually, I do like rewatching the episode sometimes in my bed, like with my big TV and all that stuff. So I watch it in better quality because when I watch it here, I have to lower the resolution as low as possible because my computer is just running so slow. Speaking of that, I'm gonna not really open up my computer and kind of give it a clean. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just have to clean the computer. Anyways, with that, I'm gonna end the video. If you guys like the review, which I don't think you probably did because I'm not really that much of a reviewer, please leave a like. Also subscribe. Check out my other channel in the description box below. Also follow my social media or keep you guys updated in case anything happens. And I will see you guys, I guess, whenever I record the next episode. Bye, guys.